And we are live! Hello everyone, hello Firefox Student Ambassadors. Excuses for the little delay. We are having a little technical difficulty, but it's no problem. Before we get started, some administrative stuff. If you want to chat with students or with us live, please head to the IRC group, #FirefoxStudents. If you have questions, go ahead and go to the Etherpad, and the link is on the screen, mzl.la1nbopu4. So on the Etherpad, you can chat there and you can submit questions if you have any throughout the presentation or if you just have any about the program. So I'll leave that information up there for just a little longer while the rest of us gets ready. Cool. If you don't know where to access this information is on the Hangout page in the description, so you can also head over there. All right, we're going to get started. Hello everyone, my name is TJ. I'm the Community Manager of the FSA program. I'll go ahead and just help introduce the rest of the guests on this call. Below you're going to see Raj. Raj is the VP of Regional Relations, so he guides all the regional ambassador leads. And then we have Biraj, VP of Recognition. So he deals with all forms of recognition, and there's a lot of cool things coming up for you. And of course, I'm going to hand it over to Faye to speak. Faye is currently at somewhere with a lot of people, so there may be background noise, but it will be okay. We'll be totally fine. I'm going to mute, and Faye, you can go ahead and start speaking.
So, hey, Firefox Student Ambassadors. So, excuse the noise. I'm in a coffee shop right now because Space Manila has a power surge, so they have to repair a lot of stuff. So today or tonight in our time, so hello if there are people there experiencing the night on your time. And thank you, TJ, for taking this call, even though it's 5 a.m. in San Francisco. So that's how dedicated your e-board is for you guys. So today we're going to speak about public speaking for FSAs. So I prepared slides for you guys, and you can access it at, guys, can you help me share this link? It's on bit.ly/FSA public speaking. So I will just paste it on our chat box. So you can also follow me with the slides. So I will start screen sharing now. Screen share, come on. Okay, is it working on your end? Just gonna check. Okay, so public speaking. I actually used the slides for the public speaking workshop we had for FSAs in the Philippines. So I just translated it. So if you have any comments in improving it, and if you want to use this on your own community, feel free to do so. I can provide you these slides. So first of all, what do you need to develop your public speaking skills? So because in Firefox Student Ambassadors, we have a lot of students who are into technology, who are developers. So we will, of course, ask this question of why do we need to take this training? Why do we need to listen to this call, right? So one of the reasons why public speaking is very important, especially for Firefox Student Ambassadors, is that you may have the tech know-how, but if you don't know how to communicate it to other people, so if you don't know how to share your knowledge, well, your knowledge means nothing because you cannot share it and you cannot educate others and you cannot communicate what you know. So it's very important that you know how to communicate to others and how to make them interested to what you know. So this session will be divided into 3 parts. So actually, this session came from a half-day session. So I just have to compress it a little bit because, you know, due to time constraints. So basically, here's our topic for tonight in my time. So first is preparing for your talk, then surviving the talk, and then some hacks, so some tips like how to create your slides, how to survive the Q&A, so how to boost your confidence in general, and lastly, how to talk about Mozilla, which is very important. So first, first section is how to prepare for your talk. So preparation is an act of love and intelligence. So I actually forgot who said this. Just got this from the internet. So indeed, this is an act of love because you show that you care about your audience. It's also an act of intelligence because it shows that you actually care to research. You actually care to expand your knowledge. So tip number one is to research about your audience. So of course you have to know who will you will be talking to. So this is important because you have to customize your talk for your audience. So you don't just follow the templates provided to you. So you must know, like, for example, for students, you have to know what year they are in college, what their degree program is, so their background, especially their tech background, because if you don't know these basic things about them, your talk will not fit and they might get bored. So they will not listen to you if they cannot relate to what you are talking to. So tip number two, so for example, in this case, I have different slides in introducing Mozilla. So for example, I have a slide about on Firefox OS 29 launch, on Maker Festival, so our big Maker party event. And I also have a different slide for Moz stores and for web maker events. So stuff like that because I have to customize how I introduce Mozilla to different audience. So tip number two. So research about the topic, very important of course. So you may review the Mozilla slides and research the background when you don't know it. So don't just rely on the slides. Like you just read the slides when you present. You get to actually know what you are talking to because it's hard if you get caught not knowing what you are talking about. So tip number three, create a logical outline for your talk. So, well, we always talk about this in English class, perhaps. So, the introduction, body, and the conclusion. So, so you may have a logical outline for your talk, and it's easy to remember because you have a flow. So, next step, number four, so rehearse a lot. So, know your strong points and emphasize them. For example, if you have a strong voice, so work on that, work on your pronunciation, so you may be striking to the audience. So when I was starting as a speaker, I don't believe that I have to rehearse. But then I learned that this skill takes a lot of practice. So public speaking is not just talent, it's actually a skill that you have to develop. So next section is about surviving the talk. So tip number six is mind the first 1 to 2 minutes because seriously it may sound cliche but first impressions really last. So you have to start with your best stuff. Like you have to start with your awesome rhetorical question or your awesome joke or your own awesome fact that you want to share to them because you have to captivate them on the first 1 to 2 minutes of your talk. Tip number seven is express gratitude. So, of course, you have to say thank you for being invited on the event, on having Mozilla in your campus, stuff like that, and go easy on the apologies. So, don't say sorry that you're late. Don't say, not say sorry, but then not a lot. Do not always say sorry that you're late. Tell them that you are not prepared, that you are sleepy, stuff like that, because it will make them feel that you didn't prepare for this. So go easy on the apologies. Don't apologize repeatedly. Once is enough if you are late and stuff like that. Tip number eight. So respect your audience. So the speaker needs the audience more than the audience needs the speaker. So it's all about the audience, not totally about you. So you have to show respect by like researching about them or knowing what their backgrounds are. So you can say a joke about their culture or that they can find funny so they can relate to you. So you can also show respect to your audience by making sure that they are still interested so that they can relate to what you're talking about. So tip number nine, do not eat your words. So mind your face. So I might be a little fast right now because that is actually my sickness. So I usually go fast, and I'm still working on it. So it's very important to not eat your words, so you can be understood. So you might also mind your pace. So tip number 10: show feelings and emotions appropriately. So you cannot see me right now, but I'm actually doing some hand gestures. So when you want to be felt, you have to show feelings that you mean it, that you mean what you said. So you also have to move around just to convince that you can actually feel that what you are saying. So tip number 11, so eye contact. So maintain eye contact with the person for a maximum of 3 seconds. So especially with students, because students are always sleepy for some reason. So if you maintain eye contact for just once or for a number of times, they will pay attention to you because they get conscious that you are looking at them. Tip number 12, move. Show that you are confident through your body gestures. So if it's a big stage, you have to, of course, move around. So don't just stay, don't just stay in your place, on your pedestal or on your mic. So you have to move around to show that you are confident and you really mean what you are saying. So you can be people can be convinced on what you're saying. So tip number 13, mind your humor. So be entertaining, witty, and humorous, but go easy on the jokes, especially if you're saying like racist jokes and stuff like that. So be very mindful on uh, how you really fund your remarks. Okay, we're still good. So I'm just checking if I'm still online. Okay, I'm still online. So tip number 14, focus. So be straightforward. So do not make unnecessary segues like you are not on the topic always. So no audience ever complained of a talk being too short. So if you can shorten your talk, if you can be more straightforward, if you can deliver your message in the shortest manner possible, to do it. So because people do not complain if it's big, if it's too short, but they complain when it is too long. So tip number 15, close with to do for your audience. So create connections after the talk. So for example, you provide them links on how to connect with you, on how to visit your Mozilla community, on how they can get in touch with Mozilla, how they can contribute in the future. So wait, I had a notification. Sorry. So stuff like that. Don't a talk is the way for you to connect with your audience. So it's not the way to end it. So do not end with just saying thank you. So make sure that you end it with, if you have any questions, connect with me through this link. So if you want if you have any more questions, send us an email through this email address or stuff like that. So section 3 is the talk hack. So 3.1, so I have blocking presentations, but I cannot really discuss it now to save time. So you can check out this link, 7 Tips to Beautiful PowerPoint Presentation by Eugene Cheng. So I have provided a link here, bit.ly/rocking presentations. So it's a very beautiful set of slide decks, and it's just 7 tips. So very straightforward tips that you can use. It's very beautiful slides, so it's a good example. And 3.2, handling Q&A. So this is where your audience is most involved. So there's a lot of pressure. So this is actually a test of what you know on the topic. But no matter how tough the question is, there is a way out of it. So there are ways on how to tell something that you don't know in a good manner. Like hack number 1, make sure you read enough material about your talk. So related to what we have discussed earlier. So don't just read your slides. Be sure that you actually know what you are talking about. Because if you get caught, you don't know what you're talking about, well, it's embarrassing. Then hack number 2, don't be afraid to say that you'll get back to him or her on that. So if you don't know, you can say that, can I have your email? I'll get back to you on that. So contact us on Facebook. I will get back to you on that. So don't just say that you don't know, because it shows that, other than it shows that you don't know, it shows that you don't care that you don't know. So make sure that you use this very useful phrase when you don't know something about your topic. And 3.2, boosting confidence. So, can I go in too fast? So, hack number 3, wear clothes that you are comfortable with. So we always hear that when we have formal presentations, we have to power dress and stuff like that. So yes, do power dress, but don't compromise comfort, because it will make you more tense that you are not comfortable with what you're wearing. Like for example, if it's too short for girls or too fit for boys, so the necktie is um, on your neck is not comfortable. So make sure that you prioritize comfort. So hack number 4, so learn from reading and watching. So read a lot about your material. So watch a lot of like videos about Mozilla. So you can see it in the Firefox channel. So watch TED Talks. So they're very powerful talks. And watch product launch keynotes. So it's a very, very good example on how to convince people are the product launch keynote. Number 5, invest time on improving your language skills, because it will really get you at some point. If your vocabulary is not that rich, it will be very hard to communicate and to convince people about what you are saying. So I'm going so fast. Okay, no, section 4, this is the last section actually. So talking about Mozilla. So this will be a summarized version. So the full version is on the CLT, the Club D training module. So you can access it through this link, bit.ly/CLT modules. So what you should know basically when you talk about Mozilla. So number 1, why we do it. So like our mission, so our values, the Mozilla Manifesto. Number 2 is what we do about it. So our products or projects like Firefox, Firefox OS, Firefox for Android, WebMaker, and third, how we do it. So like who's the people involved, like the community, what are our principles, and how we do what. So basically our mission is this. So I have provided here the links where you can read more. So our mission is to promote openness, innovation, and opportunity on the web. So it's a very important to like memorize this phrase because you will always be asked about this. And remember our products. So I also provided link here in the listing of our products. So basically here are our core products. So Firefox, Firefox for Android, WebMaker, Firefox OS, AppMaker, Mozilla, Persona, and many more. So if you haven't heard about the things that I just said, you should read about it. So you can read about them at mozilla.org/products. So next to know is how we do it. So open principles and global community involvement. So you can read more about them on the links that I've provided through our Mozilla Contribute page at mozilla.org/contribute. And you can know how to contact Mozilla communities through this link, mozilla.org/contact/communities. And you can know more about the Mozilla Reps program through reps.mozilla.org, and about the Firefox Student Ambassadors program at wiki.mozilla.org/student ambassadors. So these are the basic things that you need to know if you want to speak about Mozilla. So basically about open principles, so principles of openness, why open source is important, and maybe some background on the Mozilla history, when did open source start, and global community involvement, so like focusing on the volunteer opportunity in Mozilla, so you can also recruit people, and pointing out that all products of Mozilla that are open source. So actually, all products of Mozilla are open source, and not only employees contribute to it, also volunteers around the world. So, if you're still confused about Mozilla, you may want to start with this one. So this is actually the FSA Beginner's Guide by TJ. So bit.ly/FSA Beginner's Guide. So there are a lot of basic things here. There are a lot of videos, so you won't get bored. And important, the Mozilla Style Guide. So if you're especially creating posters for your events, for your talks, or for your club, or just for your profile picture, so be sure to check this out because it contains the branding guidelines of all Mozilla products. So you have to know which font to use or which logos, the correct logos, the updated ones. Yes. Oh, it's the last slide. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions, you may contact the FSA E-Board or we may address them now. Just type it at the Etherpad. What else? So you may also leave us a message on the FSA Facebook page or via IRC or via Twitter. So I have a quote to end this session. So they're not going to remember the words, they'll remember how you make them feel. So make them feel something when you talk. So it's not just about the facts that you relate to them, not just what you're telling them about the products, but they will remember you. They will remember Mozilla and how you make them feel. So make sure that you make them feel something. So yay! I'm done. So that's the last slide. I'm going to stop screen sharing now. So thank you for listening, everyone. So sorry for the background noise. I hope it's clear. So I'm passing it now to TJ. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of amazing information. Wow. For those of you who are watching or who aren't watching yet, this is recorded and will be available live or available to view on YouTube. That was a thorough run through of what public speaking was, especially for Mozilla. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to contact Faye or ask any of the e-board and discuss this among your ambassadors. So I would say a really good thing to do is if you have a Firefox club, to have a meeting together and then to run through this presentation together. Do public speaking training on your own and just really learn and practice and practice. Even though, you know, the ambassador program is ambassador program, you should always be learning new skills, anything that could help you in the future. That's ultimately what we hope you gain from the program. So thank you, Faye, for awesome talk. The slides are available on the Etherpad, and I've also posted a link in the IRC. Thank you again. That was so awesome. She's like drinking water. That's so much. Awesome. So we're going to move into the next section of office hour, which is pre-submitted questions. So Raj, if you could please read that off, that'd be awesome.
Sure, TJ. Faye, congratulations for an awesome presentation. Personally, I enjoyed it a lot. So coming back to the pre-submitted questions. So the first question is from Shubham Ashwati from India. This question is about how to get benefited from badges. I think he's mentioning about open badges and what to do with these badges and how to use them. So that's the first question. So TJ, do you want to answer the question or?
Yes, I got it. Awesome. Okay. So how do we... Oh, everyone just real fast, since I didn't get to introduce him. If you see him below, he is our VP of Tech. So he's doing a lot of really cool tech things, and he's developing like a tech curriculum, which you will see. So just say hi and welcome to him. Okay, so back to the question. The question was how to get the benefit of badges. So some of the badges that you guys see, and just if you don't mind muting your Hangout. So one of the badges is the Beginner's Guide badge, and you can get that badge through completing the Beginner's Guide. So Faye showed the link through the presentation, so I would go back and try to snag that link. We'll also put it down the Etherpad. If you are trying to get the club lead badge, don't worry, club leads, I'm on it. So Faye went ahead and gave me all your contact information, and I am going to start badging everyone now. That was a very old badge that we used like a year ago, but we're going to bring it back because it's still an awesome badge. It still applies to all the club leads, so you're going to get it soon. Don't worry. And I hope that answered all the badges questions. The next question was how to be provided with promotion and event promotion tools, if that's what you mean. So there's a lot of resources online where you can craft your own posters, craft your own flyers, and we also do provide swag, but your event, you have to have an event, and it has to have proven attendees, and we're very, very, very strict on swag request. There's the whole process documented on the wiki for you to read. Please be sure to read through it. We only process those requests at the end of the month, and then we send it out the beginning of the month. It requires a lot of time, and sometimes we run out of items, so please be understanding when requesting. Okay, and Raj, what's the next question?
So the next question is from Mohammed, and what's the goal of Firefox students? He's asking about the goal of Firefox Student Ambassador programs.
Awesome. Okay, so let me screen share real fast if you guys can see it. The Firefox Student Ambassador program, and this is the program on a whole, we really want to establish this as a volunteer program that is focused on marketing and products, but in a way that will supply any participants with leadership development opportunities and ample ways to contribute on the web. So what's really different about our program is, although yes, we do focus on marketing, Firefox and the Mozilla mission, we also try to provide you guys with as much resources as we can, especially to encourage you to become leaders on campus, which is why we always say, try to recruit students to become a Firefox club. You're going to learn a lot through building your own organization. And besides that, we also introduce you to other contribution pathways like MDN, One and Done, QA, so all of these different things to let you know that, hey, you don't just stop here, you can go above and beyond to make an impact. So that is the program goal. As for what does the student ambassador do, they do all kinds of things. And I'll go ahead and jot down one of our welcome presentation on the Etherpad for you to just look through and check out. Okay, what's the next question, Raj?
Next question is from Abdul Rahman. He wants to know the process of requesting t-shirts for his club.
Okay, so right now we are not able to provide t-shirts for clubs or student ambassadors. Kind of think of it as, if we have to print one t-shirt, make it times like the 30,000 students in the program, and ship it out also, it's a lot of cost. And the reason why we don't do t-shirts is because we are providing other swag, and that in itself is already kind of pricey. So we encourage students, if you guys can fundraise on your own, if you guys can get your school to sponsor it, or if your members are willing to print their own t-shirts, whatever it is to get your guys self t-shirts, please do so. We apologize for not being able to provide that, but then again, our program always says it's not about the swag, it's not about the t-shirt, it's more about the contribution and the learnings that you get through it. So I'm going to real fast show you guys where so this page will explain a lot about the swag request process, our rules, and why we don't have t-shirt, but what we do have. So if you're interested, I would read through this page, It is wiki.mozilla.org/studentambassadors/events/swag. Honestly, if you just go on the Student Ambassador wiki, you will be able to get to this page. Okay, awesome. And next question.
Next question is from Akhilesh Pandey. He is asking how can he use his ambassadorship to form a community in his college so that he can make his students understand how useful the FSA program is.
Awesome, that's such a great question. So one thing that's really important about being a Firefox Student Ambassador is that you understand the mission and the purpose behind, Mozilla. The fact that we're open source, the fact that we're heavily promoting web literacy or web maker clubs and web maker. So one way you can kind of learn about that is we have a lot of different resources online, and I would say if you remember March Office Hour, we talked about open source and Mozilla. So what does that mean and how do you contribute? And we talk about what Mozilla is, what our mission is, we're open source, and why you should even contribute to it. And just understanding this kind of concept will help you explain to students more about the purpose behind the program, the purpose behind Mozilla, and such and such. So to really motivate students and communicate that it's useful for us, be sure to touch on the mission and the whole purpose behind what this program is and what Mozilla does. That's a really, really important part to encouraging people to join. Okay, next question, Panch?
Next question is from Geetansh. His question is, what are the metrics to measure the impact created by FSA?
Great. Okay, that's an awesome question as well. Metrics. So right now we try to track the events that you guys host around campus and globally. There is an events calendar online where you can enter your information and it will go on it. Other metrics, every link that we post on our Facebook or Twitter or that we ask you to share, it links back to FSA. So every time you share the links that we're sharing out, click on the link we're clicking out, you're showing Mozilla and the company itself that, hey, students are engaging with our messages. So link is one way, and I won't go too deep into other metrics, but through your events, when you guys host events, when you have your participants tweet out, when you have your participants write a blog post, or your participants sign up or download Firefox, all of those are metrics to track how successful your event is, and in return, how successful a Firefox ambassador is. So I hope that answers your question. If you need more clarification, go ahead and just email me. Okay. Are there any more questions? We definitely got to wrap this up because we're hitting the 30-minute mark.
We have one more question from Geetansh. So he's asking how to know the various projects and how to know more about a specific project such as testing or geolocation. So in simple, where do he get to know more about various projects or specific projects in Mozilla?
Okay, so I actually, so in terms of more technical and more specific projects, such as Firefox OS or geolocation, I would hit up MDN because they usually describe it. I know Firefox OS has community online, and I'll try to grab those links for you guys. This says oneanddone.org will be very helpful. So the link will be in the Etherpad. So in terms of very technical updates, we don't provide that as often, but you can. There are open meetings and there are different communities that will help you out with that. So we'll go ahead and provide you links for that to get you connected. So yeah, this is for anyone. If anyone out there wants to get into more technical projects and wants to be connected to all kinds of like coding-based projects or just learn more about it, go ahead and ask us and we can refer you to someone or to somewhere that would have that information. Okay, I think that is it. Barrage, it looks like there's no live question, or all of those were kind of live questions. And is there anything else from anyone on the Hangout? Anything they want to say before we head out? No? Awesome! Cool. Okay, thank you everyone for attending April Office Hour. This video will be recorded and uploaded onto YouTube where you can access later. Link to the presentation is in the Etherpad, and we will see you next month. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.